Hey guys, my name is RyanCentral and welcome to HitScan. In this video we're going over the new protocol skin bundle. We're going to get straight into it actually. Here's the sheriff. This is what it looks like coming out of the box at the very least. I like to show off what the skin line looks like before you spend any extra radianite on it. And I think for this skin line, that's even more apparent, as we'll talk about. This skin line actually has a sheriff, a bulldog, a spectre, a phantom, and a melee weapon, and it's also an ultimate edition set. In the background now you can see what the skin line for the sheriff looks like when it's fully upgraded. Not showing off the kill animation, the variants, or the extra bits of spice just yet, but so you get to see what the inspect and the pull-out animations look like. It's a nice dystopian gritty look, and it looks really solid overall on the sheriff, I think. There's a lot of really nice sheriff skins out already, but I think this does add to the pile of really good stuff that you can check out. Here's a bit of a listen to it as well. As we move over to the bulldog, a weapon that people don't really use all that often, maybe a bit more now that we've seen some weapon changes to the other guns, which again is in another video if you want to see everything that's in this patch. But this is an ultimate edition set, and the only bundle that's like this in-game that counts as an ultimate edition is the Elder Flame. The negative side to that is that this skin line is expensive. It's 9,900 Valorant points, so it's $100 basically, much like the Elder Flame. But there are a couple of things about this skin line that do justify it. It's not just your straightforward run-of-the-mill set, it has its own voice lines. That's one of the cool things about it, and we have a whole section in this video to check that out a little later on. But you get to see what the bulldog looks like from level 1, and also fully upgraded before we show off some of the other bells and whistles, including how these guns sound, because they sound fantastic. Before we go any further, quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, Alienware. And as you've seen behind me, I've got a brand new PC, the Aurora R13. So let's check that out. I've been dying for an upgrade, and this is everything you could dream for. In regards to looks, it does remind me as well of the new Agent Neon. Not only is it vibrant with some of the color schemes you can go on, but it's also beautifully designed. In fact, let's do this session in the dark so you get a good look at it. Of course, with the lights off, you can see that there is a clear side panel that is optional, by the way, if you're not interested in it. You can see all of the cool lights, but of course, with the PC setup, you can see all of the great parts as well. Wiring's all being laid out for you as well. Makes it incredibly straightforward to look after and care for the big important parts of your device whilst showing them off. And if you opt in for Cryotech, which helps with thermal performance, you can put some lights on that as well. So not only is everything in the PC built with a reason, you can also add some nice LED lights to it at the same time. Of course, it's not all about looking good. You need to be good as well performance wise, like this R13 has. It has a 30 series of RTX graphics card, the 3080 in this one, but of course you can mix and match depending on your budget, and also a 12th generation Intel Core i9. It's pretty powerful. I've said it about the laptop multiple times, how much performance you can get out of such a small laptop. When you have a big rig like this, it's fair to say that you get a lot of bang for your buck in that regard. Of course, when I combine it with the new 360Hz Alienware monitor that I got recently, it's really good timing for Neon coming out, but also I no longer have an excuse of being awful at this game, so I really gotta get to it. Thanks for Alienware for sponsoring this video. If you want more information on them, check out the description and top comment for a link. Now back to the skins. Moving over to the Spectre, a gun that has actually seen a bit of a negative tweak to it in this patch, which is quite interesting, but another great look. The whole idea of the skin line is meant to be this gritty, dystopian, futuristic vibe. It's effectively the antithesis of what we're seeing out of something like Glitch Pop that's very bright and vibrant, but still futuristic. As we talk about the Phantom, again, a really nice look. I find that Phantom skins nowadays kind of fall into the same category where they all look very blocky, they all look very clean and well designed and much brighter than what you'd expect out of a Vandal lineup. You are starting to see a few more grittier Phantoms like the Ruination one as an example, But this is another great one to add to this list. And again, if you don't necessarily vibe with the red color, there are variants that are definitely worth checking out. But I do think that the whole black and red vibe is a really good look, and it seems to suit a gun like the Phantom. So have a listen. Now moving over to the melee. The base version of this is pretty naff, to be honest. I ran with this a little bit just because we were waiting for Radianite points to be added to the client, and it's just your typical run-of-the-mill knife. But if you upgrade it even just once with 10 Radianite, not only do you get the animations on the knife that are very similar to the guns, the fact that it, compacts itself and comes in and out, but also you actually change the way that you handle the knife too. If you do a couple of swipes, you go from holding it in a normal knife way, just a default knife, to actually switching it around and holding it underhand, much like some of the other animations that we have for knives in the game at the moment. So this weapon actually has two different ways that you can hold it, and you switch across them, throwing it in your hand or just doing some other animations as you're seeing. Before we move over to the variants and also the voice line aspect of the gun skins, let's go over the kill finisher as well. I immediately know that this is going to become a lot of people's favorite, and understandably so. The mech coming down and doing that damage, it just looks fantastic. It's very much in style with everything that we saw in the trailer. It is just perfect for this kind of skin line. I also like some of the other finite details that people might not recognize and the technology put behind the skin line. For example, we had a Q&A with Sean and Preeti and stuff in the playtest, and they said that the mech drops in specific positions from where you stood for you in order to fully appreciate the mech coming down and doing the damage. Where it lands is based on where you're positioned and where the kill comes in. So just those aspects are always going to be a bit underappreciated. But it was nice to hear that being highlighted from the devs, and again, a great job that they've been able to do this with. It's one of the best finishes that we've had, and we have had some amazing finishes recently. This is just another awesome one to go through. So that's everything to do with the guns. Now let's talk about the voice lines. Each of the skins that we've gone over does have this available feature. The melee, the Spectre, the Sheriff, they can all talk to you with 60 unique voice lines. So let's have a listen to a couple of them.
Protocol. A Centuria 4 security enterprise. Continue. As directed. Well done. All protocol directives satisfied. Complete mission as ordered. Do not fail. Munitions expended. Effective. Cranial impact. Unit functionality maintained. New mission assigned.
I don't know if the assets that we have access to all of the voice lines necessarily, but I am going to let some of the clips play out at the end with the variants, and you should be able to hear a few more different voice lines. It's also cool to note that the variants also have different voice actors. As an example, the base red version and the blue variant, which we'll touch on shortly, have a male voice actor, whereas the pink one and the green one have a female voice actor. Very robotic, meant to be very neutral, and the whole vibe of this skin line is that the gun skin wants you to be the perfect soldier for their allegiance, and they're very much keeping tabs on you to make sure that you obey and you don't go against the system. It's a nice dystopian feel, and it really adds to that with the skin lines. I think it's a really cool effect. The negative side, of course, is that it costs an extra level of Radianite in order to fully upgrade to get these voice lines. For example, a typical gun skin, you buy the bundle, you get a gun at level 1, which, as you sort of saw when it came to highlighting each of the skins, you've got a good look on what these skins look like before you spend any Radianite. Then you usually have to upgrade it to level 4, so you spend in 30 Radianite to get all of the animations, the muzzle flash, the kill finishes, and the banner, as an example. For this version, you have to upgrade it another time in order to get the voice lines. And if you want variants, that's going to cost you even more. I'm very much against the whole idea of making people pay out 10 more Radianite in order to get some of these unique features. I really didn't like it with the RGX set that had a kill counter, and I wasn't really that much of a fan of having it for the Champion's Aura on the Champion skin line. The problem that I have with it is if you want to get variants and you're not interested in having these extra features like a kill counter, a Champion's Aura, or in this case voice lines, you still need to buy the feature in order to get the different variants. I don't know whether that's going to be the case for this skin necessarily, but I do hope that's something that Riot can change in the future, where you don't have to fully upgrade a skin in order to then get variants. But the fact that the skin line has so much effort put into it with its voice lines, the fact the variants also have different unique voice actors in each of them, it justifies spending 10 more Radianite more than some of the other skins. The problem I have is the bundle already is pretty expensive, and if you want to fully upgrade and get the variants for all of these skins in that set, you're spending a lot of Radianite and probably spending a lot of money to get that Radianite in your bank, right? So that's the real negative over it. And does it justify the price? Is it on the same level as Elder Flame? I don't think so, but it's very hard to compare the two. They go in two very different directions, but I like that the devs are constantly pushing the boat out on what these skins could do. The fact that the gun speaks to you is a great feature to add. I really like it. It is just very expensive though, for me at least. Let me know what you guys think. We're going to look at the variants and show off a few more of the voice lines to get a good listen to the audio and the stuff that you could expect these Pro Gold guns to say to you if you buy them and fully upgrade them. So we're going to go over that. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks for Alienware for sponsoring this video. And check out all of the other videos that are coming out literally this minute when it comes to Neon, myth busting some of her abilities and how they work, and also the Battle Pass, the new changes to maps. Lot to go over, so check all of that in the description. Thanks for watching. Here are the variants, and here are some more of these voice lines. Take care.
Protocol, the Centuria 4 Security Enterprise. Continue. As directed. Well done. All protocol directives satisfied.
Running diagnostics. Unit fully functional. As directed. Well done. Cranial impact. Mission complete. Thank you for your service.
Your vital signs are adequate. Telemetry saved. Commendable. Precise. Mission complete. Thank you for your service.
Protocol. A Centuria 4 security enterprise. Effective. Critical shot. Dispatched. Mission complete. Thank you for your service.
Complete mission as ordered. Do not fail. Munitions expended. Effective. Cranial impact. Unit functionality maintained. New mission assigned.
This unit complies with Protocol 781A. Eliminated. Successful. Hostile down. Mission complete. Thank you for your service.
Welcome to the protocol platform. Dispatched. Critical shot. Target down. All protocol directives satisfied.
Routine inspections required. Thank you for your compliance. Threat neutralized. Confirmed. Continue. All protocol directives satisfied. Assessing blade integrity. Complete. Reserving munitions. Melee registered. Reserving munitions.
Running diagnostics. Unit fully functional. Successful. Hostile down. Threat neutralized. User survival registered. Congratulations.
Your vital signs are adequate. Eliminated. Precise. Successful. Mission complete. Thank you for your service.
Deviation from protocol will not be tolerated. Eliminated. Successful. Hostile down. Unit functionality maintained. New mission assigned.
Deviation from protocol will not be tolerated. Hostile down. Threat neutralized. Per protocol. Combat data finalized and submitted.
Routine inspections required. Thank you for your compliance. Effective. Dispatched. Valid exchange. Protocol appreciates your continued compliance.
Hesitation is commensurate to negligence. Confirmed. Continue. As directed. Protocol appreciates your continued compliance.
This unit complies with Protocol 781A. Continue. As directed. Munitions expended. Protocol appreciates your continued compliance.
This unit complies with Protocol 781A. Munitions expended. Effective. Dispatched. All protocol directives satisfied.